M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence, a quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They're on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Now Lawrence. This one incomplete. Almost rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here come the Ravens, and that means here comes Lamar Jackson, league's MVP and an All-Pro in 2019.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a heck of an effort from Josh Allen, getting in there defensively. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jackson. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
Going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Nothing after one on EA Sports. Now Lawrence on first down. Completes it to Evan Ingram. The way down inside the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 down at the 33. A give to ETN running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. Off the option, here's ETN. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Lawrence will throw. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Ready?
Etienne is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Once more, Etienne. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne, a 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. The quick feet by Jackson. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. What a run there. I mean, you've got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands, and guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. on 2nd and 9. Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Jones has it. And he is going to have a Jags first, able to get conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Finds his tight end, Ingram. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. But to throw again is Lawrence. His throw incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Lawrence being chased out left. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. They'll run with Etienne. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought to midfield. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Etienne up the middle. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Another tote for Etienne. 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Ready,
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Pressure on its way. Here's Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 18. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back to the ground with ETN. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. ETN once more. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This is a 26-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Off the option, here's Edwards. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. At the 44-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. They juked him, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Straight ahead, Etienne. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. Up the middle, here's Henderson. Down to about the 22 here. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Draw play, Etienne. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Let's go. Hands over.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on fourth down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Here's Jackson. Connects with Duvernay. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2-2-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. Who eats elephant?
But if you do it one bite at a time.
Okay.
That's the way they've got to play this, one play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
Let's go with like a 50-ounce ribeye. One bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jackson to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson. That's into the hands of Prochet. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.